President Trump is expected soon to sign legislation requiring the Justice Department to release all unclassified files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Both the Senate and the House passed the bill Tuesday following a prolonged push from some lawmakers and survivors of Epstein's sexual abuse. Survivors celebrated the bill's passage during a vigil honoring them last night.
I think, like many people, there were fights going on. There were definitely women that had, worked so hard for so long for justice. But I had, given up on the idea that anything would happen in this case.
President Trump appeared at odds with the U.S. intelligence community after saying Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman knew nothing about the 2018 murder of Jamal Khashoggi. The president's comments came after a reporter asked about the murder during the Saudi leader's visit to the White House yesterday.
As far as this gentleman is concerned, he's done a phenomenal job. You're mentioning somebody that was extremely controversial. A lot of people didn't like that gentleman that you're talking about. Whether you like him or didn't like him, things happen, but he knew nothing about it.
Let's now discuss the visit from the Saudi Crown Prince with CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand, who is at the White House. Good morning, Natalie. What more can you tell us about this visit and the reaction specifically to those comments by the president?
Yeah, good morning, Errol. And this was the Crown Prince's first visit to the United States since the 2018 murder of journalist and human rights activist Jamal Khashoggi. You heard the president come to the defense of Mohammed bin Salman. That is despite an assessment by the CIA during the first Trump administration, which assessed that MBS ordered the killing. Another assessment released in 2021 by the Director of National Intelligence also assessed that MBS approved the operation. Now, when asked about that in the Oval Office yesterday by reporters, the Crown Prince, he called it painful, a huge mistake, said that Saudi Arabia has taken steps to investigate the murder. President Trump, again, defended the Crown Prince, criticized the reporter who asked the question. Now, later in the day, CBS News on the Takeout with Major Garrett spoke to Khashoggi's widow about the exchange, and here's what she had to say.
I did feel disappointed by describing my husband in this way and kind of justify the crime. There is nothing to justify the crime, even if you don't agree or like certain person because of his opinion or vision for his country. To say he's controversial and he's unlikely, it does not give anyone right to just kidnap him, torture him, kill him, and dismantle his body. Yes, and it did hurt me a lot.
And on X, she has called for a meeting with the Crown Prince, an apology, and also compensation. President Trump, meanwhile, is stressing the strong alliance with Saudi Arabia. Yesterday, late last night at the black tie dinner, even designated Saudi Arabia as a major non-NATO ally. The president has also talked about plans for future sales of F-35 fighter jets to Saudi Arabia. That is despite concerns from some defense officials and potential concerns from Israel, obviously another strong ally. And on that topic, President Trump also said the issue of the Abraham Accords was raised yesterday. Saudi Arabia, he would like them to join the Abraham Accords to normalize ties with Israel. Saudi Arabia, for its part, has said that it is not going to do that until there is a path for Palestinian statehood. The other big topic, business deals, Saudi Arabia committing to up to $1 trillion in investments in the U.S. And today there will be a U.S.-Saudi investment forum where President Trump is scheduled to deliver remarks this afternoon, Errol.
All right, Natalie Brand at the latest at the White House with all the latest. Thank you.